Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series. Today we're going to be taking a look at Snowcloak, one of the updated dungeons in patch 6.2. In this dungeon, all of the bosses were changed a little bit. Proceeding through though, most if not all of the trash pools are the same. So in this beginning area, you're just going to move through picking things up while dodging the falling ice crystals that will do an AoE at the initial location where they fall, followed by another AoE when they explode. You'll want to watch out for the small cone AoEs that the Gubu has. After killing the pack of wolves, then a bear will spawn that you'll need to kill before you're able to open the door with the key that he drops. The bear also has a cone AoE, so just try to face him away from the rest of the group. This should bring you to the first boss. Previously, this boss's abilities had no casting time or anything like that, and you just had to stay moving to avoid them. But they've added a casting time, so when he begins casting Snowdrift, you'll just want to continue moving around until the cast finishes and you take the damage from it. Once you take the damage, then you can stop moving. If you are not moving at the time that Snowdrift is cast, then you'll receive a stack of freezing that, if you receive too many stacks, will freeze you in place. Ice Guillotine is just a tank buster that has no prompt, so it's just going to be a bit of extra damage on the tank. Cold Wave is a circular AoE that you'll just want to move out of. He'll target this on a random party member. Proceed to do the same thing for the second Snowdrift, just continue moving whenever he's casting it. Then after you take the damage, you can stop. Tundra will add a constant damaging AoE to the outside of the platform, so it'll limit the area that you're able to move around in. And then his next Cold Wave will put a large circular AoE under all three party members other than the tank, so you'll just want to move out of these inside of the smaller arena that you now have. Proceeding into the next area, you'll want to make sure that you're not fighting inside of the snowdrifts. These will cause constant AoE damage to anyone inside of them, so you'll pick the ads up and move them out of it. Try and keep the Gubus faced away from the rest of the group since they have their cone AoEs. And sprites can always do quite a bit of damage, so make sure you're using your cooldowns appropriately. The Hrimthirst demon type unit has another frontal cone AoE, so again, just try and keep them away from the rest of the group, along with the birds also having a frontal cone. So pretty much all the units, you'll want to keep them away, facing away, and then just move back in front once their AoEs go off. Try and keep them facing the same direction. The second boss fight in here was completely changed also. Buffett is now a cone AoE in front that you'll just want to move out of. Very easy to dodge. When he casts Northerlies, this is going to summon multiple snowballs onto the platform. He'll then target one of them and increase the size of it to a much larger sphere. After this, he'll cast Updrift, which is going to cause all of these snowballs to explode. The large one will explode in a much larger circle, so you'll want to make sure you're positioning yourself close to these small ones. Spin is going to just cause a circular AoE around the boss, but it gets followed up by a donut AoE around the boss, so you'll need to move out and then in once the initial AoE goes off. He follows this up with Frozen Spike, which does a circular AoE around all party members, so you'll want to spread out accordingly. Before casting Northerlies one more time, this time he'll pick 2 snowballs to increase in size. So again, just make sure you're moving closer towards these smaller ones. He'll follow up with another Updrift. and then do another spin combo afterwards. So make sure to move out and then in after the initial AoE, and then spread out for the frozen spike. The third northerlies will again have 2 large snowballs, so you just want to make sure you're positioning in between the large ones closer to the small ones. Moving into the next area, the sprites have hardly any HP, and when you get them down on their HP, they start to do a large circular AoE, so you just want to move out of these. Once this ability is cast, it actually kills the sprites, so you don't even need to finish focusing them down. When the bombs get low on HP, like most bombs, they will start to do a detonation. You just want to move out of this so that you're not hit by it, as it does do quite a bit of damage. During the next group, there will be ice shards that will be falling from the sky while you're fighting them, so you'll just want to move out of these as they fall. The gator also has a frontal cone that you can easily move out of. The Snowclops has the swipe and swing abilities like most other Cyclops, so just make sure that you're moving out of the AoEs that he'll be putting out. The Harriers, whenever you go to attack them, will begin casting Dragon's Blood. If you do not kill them before they finish casting, then they will transform into one of the dragons that are with them. These can easily be focused down and killed before their casting is finished, but if you see that it's about to finish its cast time before it would die, then you can stun it to prevent its transformation. Each of the dragons has a party-wide AoE that will just need to be healed through, as there's no way to interrupt it other than stunning the units. For the final boss, once you pick him up, shortly afterwards he'll begin to cast 1,000 Year Storm. This will do party-wide damage that just needs to be healed through. Shortly after this, he'll summon 4 icicles that will drop onto the platform with small AoEs around them. He'll then begin to cast Lunar Cry. Before the cast is finished, you'll want to get behind one of the ice crystals to avoid being affected by this ability. After this, the ice crystals will explode, so you'll want to move away from them quickly. If you are hit by this explosion, it will cause damage, along with applying a damage over time to you and freezing you. Ecliptic Bike is a tank buster that you'll just want to use cooldowns to help reduce the damage some. Heaven's Ward Roar is going to do a cone AoE in the direction that Fenrir is facing. So when he begins casting this ability, everyone in front of him will just want to move to his sides or behind him. The next time he summons the ice crystals, you'll want to pay attention to which of them stays blue. 3 of them will turn purple and become cracked. So they are going to explode before the AoE will finish casting. So you just want to get behind the blue one that is not cracked. Remember to move away from the crystal shortly after Lunar Cry goes off so you are not frozen by the explosion. And follow with another Ecliptic Bite. Followed by a 1,000 Year Storm. He'll then do another Heaven's Ward Roar, so make sure that you're moving to either the sides or behind him. Followed by summoning the 4 ice crystals one more time. You'll again pay attention to which ones are cracked versus which ones stays normal. Get behind the blue one as soon as you can to avoid the lunar cry. And this should be it for the new updated Snowcloak from patch 6.2. I hope this helped everyone out. If it did, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.